Yo, real quick before I get into the video, which if you came here for, I want to say congratulate, but thank you for all the new subscribers, the people who watch my videos, the people who like, comment, even if you share. I don't know if y'all did or not, I couldn't tell, but I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot for me, not for my channel, mainly for just my mental state with positivity in my life. And yeah, I probably might make another video about that, about what I plan to do with the future of this channel, and kind of just, you don't know, maybe a YouTube special. But back to the main topic, Windbreaker. I kind of just want to show this portion real quick to show how I've been starting to get more into putting more effort into my videos, and how the first one right here, the Windbreaker, basically chapters 1 through 5, was going to be my first major project, and I was working on it for about maybe 2 months. Procrastinated a lot of times because it would have been out, but I just want to talk about how the Windbreaker being canceled mean to me, and how it affected me, and just like the future of my channel and stuff, because it's gonna make more sense later on. But I just wanted to show this of just like how much effort I was putting in. It's about 18 minutes. It probably can get cut to 16. I was almost done. Just need to add some GIFs. What else do I need to add? Just change a little bit of audio and stuff like that. Make a new background and stuff like that. Probably change some images around. You know, I'm getting the hang of this. I'm trying whatever I can, and any construction criticism is always helpful and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I can only get better, you know, if I keep trying. But I'm gonna cut it to the slideshow real quick and further talk about Windbreaker. Probably gonna make a timestamp if you don't want to hear me ramble. But I appreciate every single one of you who watches my videos, support me, and the new people that comes in and you want to be in my community that I'm trying to build and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. But I'll see y'all in the next slideshow. Hello. Okay, I don't talk like that, but I just said that for fun, you know, try to pump myself up because I'm still a little bit down, but we'll get right into it. As you know, the Windbreaker Webtoon has been canceled recently because of allegations of tracing, and basically the author basically confirmed it with a note and stuff like that, and he canceled it. You know, I don't know if it was just him, or if it was studio backing him, or it was just a multi decision. But the author, Joe Young-seok, I don't know if I said that right, but I apologize if I didn't. You know, he's a creator, and he's been making Windbreaker for quite a long time, probably 10 plus years, I think. I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong about, you know, the factual of it, but I just been reading it since forever. And it's one of my favorite webtoons, if not reads of all time. And I know it don't sound like much, but it kind of affected me in quite a big way, especially for content creation, which I will get into later. But I will say, with Joe Young-seok, please don't send any hate his way or anything like that. It probably took a lot for him to make that decision, and you know, at the end of the day, we have to respect it. And I'm gonna show his like Instagram page, and then a Windbreaker community page, you know, so you can show support over there if you want to get into it. I don't know if I'm gonna make more content of it so you can get it from me, so I'm gonna show them just in case, because I'm not gonna try to gatekeep one of the best webtoons of all time, even though it got canceled in such a abrupt way. But on to what it means to me. Windbreaker was like a very good story. The art wasn't really there at first, you know what I mean, but I didn't mind that. If it was a great story, you don't really need the art to be that great, you know what I mean? Like, look at One Punch Man. Like, it didn't have that great art at first, but it slowly started to have like very, very great art, you know what I mean? I just excelled it by like a mile, you know? And Windbreaker was like that, you know what I mean? And the opening of Windbreaker first chapter was flat out amazing, you know what I mean? It had me hooked, line and sinker, off rip. And I recently started to wanted to make a video about it. I talked to one of my greatest friends ever. I consider him my brother, Jalen. Yeah, y'all probably know him about 713 Rich Kid, but he really helped me and motivated me to make this video. Not this video, but the video that I don't know if I'll end up finishing or not. But he gave me the courage to start it, you know what I mean? And not keep procrastinating, even though when I did start it, I procrastinated because I was working on for about like 2 months, 3 months. I just kept procrastinating, I'm sorry. Life and stuff. And then plus I was just nervous because I put a lot into that, even though I wasn't finished. And one of the things that I try to act like I didn't care about was if I didn't get any views, I was posting it for myself. But deep down, I really cared about what people would think, if people would even like the video, because I wanted to build a community starting off with one of my favorites. Obviously, I have shows like ReZero I could do, other webtoons, mangas. I have a ton of gallery. If you ever need like what to read, you tell me what your genre, what you looking for. I'm kind of your guy, you know what I mean? I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to that. But I will say Windbreaker was the one I wanted to do first, and I put so much into it. Things was going so positive. I even bought me a bike. I mean, I need a bike for transportation and stuff like that, plus some more exercise. You never get enough exercise. Let me stop. But I'm serious. But it was just like, it was just so much into it that is just shocking that it just canceled just like that. And I know this might not seem like a big deal for most people, like, oh, get over it, make another video, it's just content creation, this is a hobby and stuff like that. It kind of means a lot to me, because this isn't just something that's like, oh, it got canceled, move on to the next. It was just like, I took it more deep. You can say I'm reaching or whatever, I honestly don't care. I took it more deep because it was something I worked on. If you've seen in the video earlier, before it starts showing these slideshows, that video was like 18 minutes, like 40 seconds, and I still needed to trim it, probably add more stuff, add GIFs, add more stuff to it, you know what I mean? And probably could have been longer, but it was just something I was very nervous about posting and working on. This felt like all of my efforts for this was useless, but now it just feel like it is useless. And I know you can be like, oh, you can just post, another video just talking about it, even though the series is done. Dragon Ball's been done, people still post about them. Or Castlevania is done, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Or it's just like, it's not really gonna work like that for me, because I take a lot of things to heart, you know what I mean? I have bipolar disorder. I deal with major depression. But I'm very social and stuff. So it's like, I can be very active, have positive energy, but when I get to those low points, stuff like this hits hard. Little stuff that don't mean much to most people, it means a lot to me, because I take it as a deeper meaning. And some people understand that, some people will understand it, and I don't blame you if you don't understand it. And I thankful if you do understand it. It makes me feel like I'm seen. But it just means a lot that, like, something I worked on, it's like, is it even worth it to continue? And honestly, I don't know if it is. I wanted to make this video more about Windbreaker in itself, try to be a little bit more positive. But at the end of the day, I know I kind of needed to make this video for me and the people who still supported me or was probably looking forward to what I was posting. Maybe it was one person that's looking forward to that project he kept talking about. Didn't say what it was, but this is what it is. And it just makes me think about what to do from now on, with content creation. Life still's been hitting me with haymakers, but I've been doing good with it. But this hobby, I thought, it wouldn't be nothing, but it hit harder than I thought. But yeah, I was just rambling so much, but you know what I mean? I'm kind of talking to myself, but also I'm talking to the people who care. I know it sounds depressing and stuff like that. And I'm trying not to be that depressing and stuff like that. I'm very like an uplifting person. Like, you know, I'm going to school for like to be like a type of therapist, stuff like that, for people rehab, or I don't know exactly what I want to do yet, but like I help a lot of people out, and you know what I mean, I want to do that in my career, for my career. And it sounds weird, like, oh, this guy sounds depressed as fuck. Depressed as fuck, but but it's just like, you know, I just have those have those moments. So don't think that's just my overall character. Get to know me, you know me, and judge that for yourself. But I'm gonna try to end this video short now. And honestly, if you managed to get through this whole video, and I appreciate it if you did, even if you leave a comment or not, answering this question I'm about to ask, I still appreciate you for taking the time out your day to watch me and stuff like that in my journey. I don't know what I should do. For right now, I took one of my friends' advice and took a break. But I don't know if I want to post that video and finish it and continue to post Windbreakers, or continue doing content creation. The Dokkan stuff is kind of easy to do. I just do a little few editing and stuff like that. Don't take much time. But with Webtoons, Windbreaker, animes, and stuff like that, I want to do more content on those. But it kind of just really just unmotivated me like a ton. And I don't know if I'm like doing the audio correct. My audio sound good. My quality is good and stuff like that. I just overthink so much. And I just think, you know, maybe I should just stop. Maybe I just wasn't doing a good job. But I kind of just want to hear what people think. If I should be, you know, continue with it. You know, continue posting chapters. What if people still want to read it? You know what I mean? And honestly, I'm kind of lost right now. And if no one really sees this video and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, oh, guess I'm not going to make content creation. Because at the end of the day, it's my choice to make a decision. But it would be very much appreciated if I get some response on this, you know. But this video is going for so long. But man, if you really want to though, read Windbreaker, bro. It's really good though. Like, genuinely is really good. Despite all the depressing shit I said, like little emo fuck. You know what I mean? It's really good start to finish. Even though the finish was good. You know what I mean? I got spoiled by like the true ending that happens like way later on, which would have been amazing to see, especially the different ships, the backstories. Oh man, the writing, everything was so going so good. Oh my god, I almost forgot a most important part. And I don't really care about him with the tracing. You know what I mean? I feel like, yeah, it's a shitty thing to do. You know, that's copying other people's work. But I feel like that's a weird thing. I don't know what made him come to that decision. I really feel like he should have just learned from that. You know what I mean? Because the deadlines, people don't understand the deadlines to release a chapter every week or stuff like that. You know, that's very hard. That's very stressful. You know what I mean? It's not easy. You know, and then people, you know, including me, you know what I mean? I don't really have the funds to really fully support officially. You know, we illegally, so they're not fully getting that support that would have helped them, you know? And it's just like, I feel like he should have just, you know, I could be wrong, so take it with a grain of salt. I feel like he should have just learned from that mistake, probably took a break and come back. I hope he takes a break and come back. Even though I got spoiled for what the fuck happens later on, but I don't care. I love that fucking webtoon. And I love his thought process of coming up with that story. It's so unique, you know what I mean? But let me stop glazing, bro. I mean, he deserve it. But anywho, I just feel like this shouldn't have been canceled because of that. You know, sometimes you take shortcuts in life. Who don't? You know what I mean? Some people kind of don't, I guess. But like, some people take shortcuts all the time. You know, you shouldn't be judged for that. But at the end of the day, don't show nobody no hate when it comes to the work in general. I know that's kind of off topic, but it's still a general aspect of, you know, the situation that happened. You know what I mean? Be considerate. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Everybody's just trying to do the best they can in life. Or I hope that they are. Some people give up, and I hope someone is there to help them stand back up. But I appreciate anyone who stayed through this whole fucking tangent that I did. And that's pretty much it, man. Read Windbreaker, bro. It's amazing. And I hope y'all have a good day. Subscribe, like, please comment if you can. And yeah, on Hummingbird.